Cincinnati in the spotlight. President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump made a whirlwind visit to the Queen City today. The president toured Sheffer Corporation in Blue Ash, where he delivered remarks touting Republican tax reforms. Only one local TV reporter was allowed to travel with the president every single step of the way. 9 on Your Side anchor Craig McKee joins me to talk about the experience of traveling with a presidential motorcade. Busy day.
It was
for
a very
you.
busy day. A lot of hurry up and wait in these situations, though.
Of course.
From my years when I was in the Air Force, and we used to guard Air Force One, and during presidential visits, both here in the U.S. and overseas, there is a lot of hurry up and wait because obviously there's so much security involved in logistics.
Sure.
Overall.
But when there's go, it's go, go, go.
Yeah, actually, when the president and first lady arrived right here, actually, we are just off to the side. That we are underneath the wing. They held the pool cameras just underneath the wing of Air Force One. It's kind of their standard for security protocol because the president and first lady come down, they'll shake some hands, and they'll make their way. In this case, they'll make their way over to the crowd waiting over by the terminal there at Lunken. So for this point, we're being told, okay, we're good. And here in a second, all the media scrambled because now we're told now we have to be over at this other point to get him approaching the crowd.
Now, you couldn't ask any questions today, right?
Well, you could ask questions.
But did he answer them?
No, he did not answer any questions today, and there were a lot of questions tossed his way about the Democratic memo in response to the memo released last week, and there were a number of questions just thrown out in general of, you know, Ohio and what do you have to say to Ohioans. I had really hoped to go back to visit his campaign promise about the Brent Spence Bridge, because infrastructure is a huge deal right now, especially during the State of the Union address. I wanted to revisit that and say, well, what do you have to say now? You're touting infrastructure, but obviously this is something that these tours are something that the president does. State of the Union address. Now you go out and sell it to the people, and it's all part of campaigning and politics.
Cheerleading, if you will.
Absolutely. Now, right after he met with some of the local folks there and shook some hands, took some selfies and pictures or whatever, signed a couple hats, it was immediately, we were waiting already. We'd already been put into the vans to make that motorcade run out to Blue Ash, and it's literally, all right, POTUS is in the car. Off we go, and the First Lady stayed in another SUV. That was a completely different caravan, and the motorcade takes off right here, and we are nonstop. And it's an interesting experience to go from Lunken to Blue Ash and not stop at a single light. Not stop at a single light, not slow down. I mean, it's just, nonstop all the way to get where you're going. And along the route, we saw people with signs, people waving, some with flags, some with very positive signs. Some not so positive.
That's democracy.
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely had both sides out there. And here, of course, the president is touring Sheffer Corporation. And the big part of this, of course, is selling the tax cut plan that he's pushed out. And one thing that Sheffer did, and that's the president and the CEO, Jeff Norris, touring around the shop there with the president. They touted the $1,000 bonuses, and that's happened at Fifth Third, and a number of other corporations have followed suit with that same type of promise. In fact, let's listen to the president and Jeff Norris during today's event.
The tax bill also creates new opportunity zones, rewarding those who invest in distressed communities and create more jobs for those who have too often simply been left behind. Workers will not only make more money because of our tax cuts. Starting this month, you will keep that money in your pocket.
In all my years, you pray for a president like this that'll take care of the working class and businesses, and we finally have one here.
Now, the president also spoke about a few other things, border security, border wall, things like that. There was some chants of USA from the crowd as well. But
midterm elections he brought up even.
Exactly, yeah. And pointed out, of course, Senator Portman and others that were in the crowd as well. So busy day, of course, but it was a whirlwind tour, and the president now back at the White House.
Well, nice work, and I'm sure we'll see more at 11.
Yes, more tonight on 9 on Your Side at 11.
Craig, thank you for taking the